You are making the same mistake as your father. Listen, my niece has played no part in this. If you let her go, I will spare your lives.
You can scheme all day, Harton, but Jane will never stay with you.
You are surrounded and trapped at the top of my castle. Tell me, how do you hope to survive?
With my dog.
You know perfectly well how. If you let us leave the castle with Jane, we will spare your niece. You have my word as a knight.
I cannot do that, I'm afraid. Release her immediately
I don't care, I kill her.
or pay with your lives.
Uncle, please!
Silence, Marianne. You brought this on yourself. Careful now. Think hard about what you're doing.
You want her silenced? Let me help. This is for Gawain. One life for another.
No! Rats!
Fuck you.
And you, I have a much more painful death planned for you.
You... Kill them, but don't harm the girl.
No!
Oh
Stop,
my god.
all of you. No
Jane.
more fire. Jane, my child. Don't do anything rash. Your life is too precious to me. Think about it. I'm offering you a future as Queen of Westeros.
I'd advise you to try nothing. Otherwise you risk killing the child.
Mors, this is our chance.
What do you mean?
You remember that night with the Frey twins, when their father came storming into the bedroom?
You broke your leg, if I remember well. We're too old for such foolery. Besides, Jane would never survive.
Well, do you have a better idea?
Dun 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 dun
Because they
dun
won't
dun.
hurt me. Not
Oh
while
my
there's
God.
child within me.
No.
Jane, no.
You made the right choice, my child. You two, lay down your arms immediately. It's over.
Get ready, Mors. Harden! By law, you will pay for my family's death. Stop this!
Burn, motherfucker, burn.
Take the girl away, and keep her under close guard. As for these dogs, bring me their heads before nightfall.
Mars.
Chapter 11. Alistair and Mors.
Best to keep going, Alistair. We shouldn't stop now.
Relax, Mors. We need to gather our strength. Besides, we haven't seen anyone on our tail since yesterday. They're probably still searching the castle ditches for our bodies.
If we see them, it's already too late. Harton won't give up that easily. Maybe if we avoid building fires.
Listen, we're soaked, and the wind is like 1,000 icy daggers. I would rather die by the sword than by sickness.
15 years in the wall's shadow makes you get used to the cold. You will too.
I'm not so sure. Anyway, you never did tell me how you ended up in those dungeons. I would have thought you were protected from the political scheming of the Seven Kingdoms up at the wall. Something very important must have happened to get you involved in all that again. It had something to do with the girl, didn't it?
Yes. Good old John asked me to protect Jane.
Of course. Just like you to take on a dubious mission with nothing but John Aaron's word.
True enough. Well, I couldn't protect her by staying at Castle Black. I had to take her south, to get her out of harm's way, where no one would find her. I decided to take her to the house where I'd left my family, but we fell into a trap. Some escort I turned out to be.
Your house in the Riverlands? Why the flame did you go there?
I thought we would be safe there, and I wanted to see Taya and Serena again. But do you know what I found? Their graves. They're dead, Alistair. They've been dead all these years, and I had no idea.
That's a
I
shame.
took the black only because I thought that you would be protecting them.
I am so sorry, Moors. There's nothing to ease that kind of pain, I know.
What happened? When was it?
I don't know. Probably the work of brigands. It was just after the war ended. Soldiers and deserters were scouring the country. There was so much to do. I couldn't stay with your family each and every day. But when I returned to them, it was already too late. I paid them my last respects and buried them.
It was
all
him that buried.
That's all? You swore you would protect them, you bastard. You gave me your oath. You knew they were dangerous lands, and you left them in the middle of nowhere?
Blame me all you want if it helps you. I have cursed myself more than you ever could.
I doubt that. You would already have stuck a knife in your chest.
I was exiled, Moors. I left my family and my land to live the life of a beggar in the free cities. Is that not punishment enough? Finally, after years of despair, I started following R'hllor, which was the only way I could find inner peace.
You left my wife to die, and you hope to explain yourself with tales of fire and magic?
It was this fire and magic that helped me see more clearly. I failed to protect your family, it's true. But worse still, I didn't know how to protect you from yourself.
Not that again. Oh, yes, you protected me. I was ready to receive my punishment, and you urged me to take the Black to avoid it. They would have had nothing to fear if I'd never listened to you.
Horse shit! They would have died anyway.
Oh my god, now they are
along with
fighting
you.
against each other.
The moment you defied Lord Tywin Lannister,
Fucking
you
children.
condemned them along with yourself. I should never have let you do something so reckless.
So you think I should have murdered Princess Elia? A young girl and her barely weaned children. I could never carry out such an order.
But you had to. It was war. The Lannisters had to prove their loyalty to the Baratheons. Lord Tywin could not allow one of his knights to refuse an order at the time. You know the reigns of Castamere as well as I do, Moors. Tywin Lannister is so merciless that a song was made of his cruelty. You knew your refusal would put your family in danger, but that didn't matter, did it? Your precious honor always comes first.
Damn you, Alistair.
It's easy for you, isn't it? You have always acted first without regard for consequences, leaving others to pay for what you've done. After you left, I fell into disgrace and was left to take care of your family. And what good did it do? Did you know that Lord Tywin ordered Gregor the Mountain to do the job you refused? The way in which he massacred the princess and her children is one of the most vile stories to come out of that damned war. You could not have saved them. You condemned Tyre and Serena, and you dragged me down with you. So much for all the good that came of your fucking honor.
What you say is true. I only wanted to do the right thing. I didn't think of the consequences. May the Father have mercy on me. I was responsible for destroying
Yeah,
my
it
own
is true.
family.
He
We
killed
both failed,
his
my
own
friend.
family by doing
If I had
what
known
he
what
did.
would happen, I would have asked to kill Elia myself.
What irony. I was ready to die when I made that choice. And here I am, still alive, when those I wanted to protect are dead. Jane. I can save her. I swore I would do it.
Ah, yes. Jane.
I cannot leave her with Halton. I will go alone if I have to, but I need to get her out of there.
You never change. No matter what the risks are, you do as you see fit. But don't worry. I have my own matters to settle with that little shit. I will go with you.
Thank you, old friend.
Now, tell me. I still don't know who this girl is, and what everyone wants with her.
She is of Targaryen blood. And on top of that, she is carrying the
Yep,
unborn
the bastard.
bastard of King Robert. John Arryn knew about the child, and tried to hide her by sending her north. Because of that, there are many who will do anything to get their hands on her and her child.
I see. Halton is using her child to rally the supporters of the old regime to his cause.
If only it were just Halton. Even your bastard brother is after Jane.
I was aware of that, yes. I heard about this. It's not just Valar that we have to deal with here. That snake has done well for himself since the rebellion. He's now in the service of the Queen herself.
How do you know all of this?
I went to the Red Keep on my return. There I learned that the Queen was taking advantage of Jon Arryn's death to eliminate all of King Robert's bastards. From what I heard, Valar was her chief huntsman. Your Jane is on his list. That's why he's after you. And he won't stop until he has the girl.
Valar. I look forward to destroying him myself.
I've watched how he works. He has changed. He is a powerful enemy now.
We should deal with Jane first. Once we have her, we can go after your brother.
We need supplies and a plan if we're to rescue Jane from Halton's grasp. We should go back to River Spring.
Agreed. Well, what are we waiting for?
River Spring. Sell things, buy things, prepare my things, and kill things, and say things, and fuck things.
River Spring. How do you suffer this place? To draw breath is to suffocate.
This is my home, Moors. My people, my land, my town.